This is the road to 2019. Every week we come together on this program to take a look at the major political developments during the week, to analyze different states, to crunch all the numbers, to try and see who's ahead and who's behind. And yes, all of this is building up to that big election, the general election that everyone has their eyes in 2019. So some key political developments that we are tracking for you this week. So Tharoor facing a lot of heat for his Hindu-Pakistan comment, and you know that's all that people have been talking about for the last couple of days. Centers left the wisdom of Section 377 to the wisdom of the court, that entire issue, the wisdom of the court. And BJP's ally outreach is continuing. Amit Shah has met Nitish Kumar. So that the subject which we have discussed in the past on this show, is everything okay in Bihar between the JDU and the BJP? Well, it seems to be so for the moment. Now, a little later in the program, we are going to try and come back to some of those themes. The entire question of Hindu-Pakistan, Hindu terror, minority appeasement, this entire constant rhetoric we seem to be hearing around Hindu-Muslim issues and so on and so forth. Is that really going to be the whole theme in which the 2019 election is going to be fought? So should we expect this and nothing else but this for another 9, 10 months, 11 months? We'll come back to that theme, because I'm going to start off by returning to the big subject of the numbers which we've been talking about for quite some time now. And I just want to take some time to again take you through that central thesis that we've been putting forward on this particular show. Let's look at that map of central northern India once again. Remember, in case you're just switching on this program for the first time, in 2014, the BJP virtually swept 239 out of 299 seats in a number of states in what is called the Hindi heartland. Very tough for them to go up from there, whether it is Uttar Pradesh or Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh, or look at those states. That's nearly 90% of seats the BJP won in this entire belt. Very tough for the BJP to match that. So BJP will either be flat here or will go down. The question is, how much could they go down by here? And that's something which we've been discussing. But what the BJP can do to make up any deficit out here is to look at eastern India, look at the northeast, add some seats there, maybe 5, 6, 10 seats there, and then come down that eastern seaboard of India. Try and expand into West Bengal, try and expand into Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, all of those areas. Last week, we looked at West Bengal, we looked at Odisha, and we tried to assess what the BJP could do out there. Today, we're going to take a very close look at the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Remember, last time the BJP only got 3 seats out here. That's it, 3 seats out of the 42 which collectively make up out here. Potentially, the BJP had allies out here, the TDP, the TRS. The BJP could have had lots of allies out here, but the relationships have been rocky. Chandrababu Naidu has broken away. What does that therefore mean? That's our big subject of discussion today on the road to 2019. Let me start by welcoming some very special guests we have. N. Ramchandra Rao is joining us, the BJP MLC from Telangana. Vishweshwar Reddy Garu is joining us. He's a Lok Sabha MP from the TRS, also joining us from Telangana. From Vijayawada, we're being joined by Lanka Dinakar, who's a spokesperson of the TDP. We have Uma Sudhir is going to be joining us to help us understand exactly what is happening in the entire area. Mahesh Kasu is joining us, a spokesperson of the YSR Congress. So all the major parties out here, in a sense, being represented. Radhika is joining us to help us understand this and the other theme. And our friend Pradeep Bhandari is with us as well to try and interpret all the swings and what could potentially happen one way or the other. Why don't I start off first by taking a look at getting each of you to tell us what you think is happening. It's a big development. It's a big, changes what could be expected in Telangana and in Andhra. Why don't I kick off with Telangana first? Actually, Mr. Ramchandra Rao, let me start off with you, because we are really looking at whether the BJP can increase its numbers in these states to make up from any possible deficit that will happen in the Hindi heartland. What, to your mind, are the possibilities for the BJP, both in Telangana and in Andhra Pradesh? And the question really comes up, can the BJP win seats by itself, or will you be tying up, looking at a possible alliance?
As far as Telangana and Andhra Pradesh are concerned, we have made our policy very clear that we are going alone in these elections. We are not having truck with any of the political parties in these two states. And as far as our performance in the 2019, we are hopeful that we are going to increase our seats in both the states, because in Telangana, at least I can say that till recently, when our president of the state had a Jan Chaitanya Yatra, there's a huge response to the Yatra. And tomorrow Amit Shah ji is visiting our Hyderabad city to review the political situation in Telangana. So therefore, we are hopeful that the political situation in Telangana, whatever the anti-incumbency to the TRS government is there, it will be definitely in favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party, because we have a strong organizational presence and we have won several seats in several districts, both parliament and assembly in old districts of 10 districts of the Telangana area. So we are hopeful that we'll definitely increase our numbers this time in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh also. We are sure that slowly the people are now realizing that what is happening to Andhra Pradesh and what has been spreading across these false rumors and falsehood. Definitely, the people of the Andhra Pradesh will also now have come to know the reality. So they may also come with BJP. We are sure that
okay, this is. I'm just going to try and separate. I'm just going to try and separate the possible political rhetoric, from the numbers. The two sometimes are linked, but let's have to. So let's do a very quick reality check, sir. And I'm going to come to the TDP, TRS, and the others in just a minute or two. If you're looking at the actual vote share in both the states, and of course, this is a very new experiment, two separate states. It's a very different picture earlier. In 2014, this is the way it actually stacked up. TDP 16 with a vote share of 30, TRS 11 with a vote share of 14, YSRC had 9, BJP had about 8.52, Congress had 11.62. That was, of course, in 2014. Very different situation out here. The point I'm trying to make is that to win seats on your own, for the BJP's own, without an ally, it would have to mean a really major thrust. Pradeep Bhandari, before I turn to the others, the numbers of saying that the BJP is going to be able to win seats on its own, it would have to go from 8 seats, and if you're actually looking at their Andhra Assembly, it just at 2.2%. Going from 2.2% to be winning seats is a tough call.
Absolutely, it's a very challenging call. And I do see that in the current scenario, whatever increase will happen, it will be a marginal increase. It will not be an exponential increase, at least in these two states. So they definitely might add to their number of votes, but is that number of votes enough to convert into a winning seat? So that is the question which is there, because there are 50% OBC population. What they are banking on is the Kapu voters, especially in Andhra Pradesh. In Telangana, they've built their Panna Pramukhs in roughly 40-45% of this Lok Sabha, your assembly seats. You can correlate it to the Lok Sabha seats. So I think it's a humongous task. I do see there will be a possibility of a marginal increase, but I don't see that it is an exponential increase. But there might be an advantage if the narrative is built that who if not Modi. So that's the only possibility. Not Modi,
yeah. Okay, but we'll have to see whether the alliance.
But the gap is big.
That picture may have worked, and it could have worked in Andhra. It may work elsewhere. Could have worked, Modi plus some local leader. That is a possibility.
There is a possibility.
I'm not sure that's happening right now. Yeah. Just before I come to the TDP and the TRS and the YSRC, the possibility of the BJP winning seats on its own, for that matter, the possibility of the Congress winning seats on its own, because the Congress at the end of the day, Mr. Seelam is also, joining us right now. Congress also vote share is negligible. Right
Absolutely. Now. If you take these two states, I would say that the voting patterns are going to be distinct in the Lok Sabha and in the Assembly. In the Lok Sabha, the BJP might just pick up a few seats, because notwithstanding what Mr. Ramchandra Rao said, not so long ago, when I was working on a story on Andhra and Telangana, BJP sources told me that these are two states that have received stepmotherly treatment from the centre, along with Delhi and Tamil Nadu. These were identified as the 4 stepchildren of the BJP, because they felt that Amit Shah was not giving enough attention. In fact, Andhra got a new president very recently.
So maybe they feel that it's tough to win this. So that's why the alliance question will really kick in. Is there going to be an alliance? Is there not going to be an alliance? So Mr. Lanka Dinakar, why don't I start? Let's look at Andhra first, and I'm going to come to Telangana in a couple of minutes. Looking at Andhra itself, Chandrababu Naidu has often been an ally of the BJP. It's nothing new. You were an ally till not that long back. Now, of course, there seems to have been this parting of ways. Is it a permanent parting of ways, or is it possible that the TDP could get back together with the BJP just before the election, just after the election? What do you think is going to happen?
It is very clear that Congress betrayed Andhra Pradesh, unscientific division without capital, without proper revenue, without having adequate infrastructure. Due to the betrayal from the Congress, we opted BJP as a friend, being a past track record as a friendly ally, BJP. That to be Rajya Sabha members Arun Jaitley and Venkaiah ji fight together for special category status for 10 years, as well as backward region development package like Bundelkhand and KBK. So we felt that BJP can do for the state of Andhra Pradesh whatever the problem arises, which can be conveniently we can whatever the post bifurcation promises, assurances, which given under the AP Reorganization Act, as well as the then Prime Minister given assurances on the floor of Rajya Sabha. We intended in that way. That's why we made a friendly alliance with the BJP. We joined hands together with NDA. But the 4 years friendship is NDA became non-democratic alliance. They didn't fulfill the bifurcation promises, special category status, revenue deficit, apart from other assurances which given in the AP Reorganization Act. So we are very clear that we are not trust as BJP under leadership of Modi and Amit Shah will do the best for the state of Andhra Pradesh. BJP also stepped in the shoe
Mr.
of
Dinakar, if I could just ask you, sorry, just to understand, I'm just trying to get a sort of a categorical word from you. In the event, so I'm just trying to understand, where does this tie up? Yes, you were together, you were friends for a long time, you're saying they betrayed you, therefore you parted ways with them. Is that in politics sometimes there are no permanent friends and no permanent enemies. I'm asking whether it is possible you could get back together, either before the 2019 election or after that. If you have 20, 30, 20, 24 seats, Mr. Narendra Modi is that much short, could you come together and say, now help us get a good capital?
Apart from AP, already we have seen what they are making comments in respect of providing assistance for capital. When he was election campaign in 2014 at Tirupati, he told very clearly that he will assist for the capital construction, which is bigger than New Delhi. But 1,500 crores, very meager amount, which was given very long back, nothing has been given therefrom. It is how can we trust the Modi and Amit Shah? It's not possible. Not only AP Reorganization promises. If we have seen that national policies regarding to the economic policies, post demonetization impact, and the GST in which the cooperative federal spirit was not upheld, we had given various considerations, but they haven't considered. That means
I get it.
Unilateral approach. It is unilateral approach.
Okay, I get it. You're saying
friendship, the non-trustworthy friendship. These are all part and parcel which kept away from NDA by the TDP. That's why we came out from the NDA.
Okay. We hear you, sir.
No confidence question on the floor of Parliament.
Okay, we hear you, sir. Mr. Lanka Dinakar making it as categorically clear as he possibly could that friendship is now a thing of the past and they're not getting back together. Let me try and go across to Mahesh Kasu, who's the spokesperson of the YSR Congress. We've heard what the BJP says, going to fight alone. We heard what the TDP says, they're not going to talk to the BJP and they're going to fight alone. What is it that the YSR Congress is now thinking of doing? Fight alone, possible alliance? How do you see it stacked up? Because it's actually, numerically, it's been really close. The Andhra election in 2014, if I remember correctly, was something like 44.6 to the TDP and I think 44.4 to you, something 44. Like that. I think there was about a 2.2% gap between you. Yeah, so Mr. Kasu, what are you thinking of doing? Your strategy for 2019?
Yeah, see, my leader has already clearly said we are going to go alone. So we have already done our spade work. My leader has been doing Padayatra since the last 6 months. He's already completed 2,500 kilometers. And it's been 4.5 years since he's been on road day in and out and making sure whatever the BJP and TDP both together has cheated people in the last 4.5 years. He's been popularly telling people what is happening in Andhra and telling also people what we could do in 2019 if given a chance.
All right. Fine. Let me just get Mr. J.D. Seelam in Andhra Pradesh. What do you say, sir, the Congress party is thinking of doing? And I'm going to ask you to also just look across the border a little bit at Telangana. Does the Congress party have the muscle to be able to fight itself? The bulk of the Congress has now gone across to the YSRC, which is why in the last Andhra election they got 44.4. The Congress was down to something like 2.8. You didn't get a single seat. What is the Congress party strategy going to be?
I would like to tell you that there is a lot of change in the perspective of the people. It is true that we lost because it is perceived that the Congress party has taken a one-sided step, but ultimately people came to realize that the the welfare and the development pattern of Andhra Pradesh would go a sea change with the implementation of the AP Reorganization Act and the promises made on the floor of the Rajya Sabha by the then Prime Minister to develop the new state of Andhra Pradesh. It's a new state of Andhra Pradesh that is born, not the Telangana. Well, now the political situation is that the Congress party is trying to improve their cadre and try to organize and try to explain. I was in Rajya Sabha. You have seen, you have telecasted what has happened. The BJP has gone back totally on their promise of special category status. So BJP is not going to get any votes whatsoever they claim in Andhra Pradesh and also Telangana. Let me tell you, because you said, please explain the situation on the border. Yes, the Andhra Pradesh, clearly I can tell you, the Congress, the BJP is going to get a 0 because that is seen as a traitor in the eyes of the public. That's
but I'm just trying to ask you, sir, what the election campaign will say, we will figure it out. But if you're saying that the BJP is going to end up at 0 because they don't have the muscle, they don't have the cadre, what does the Congress party have right now? So therefore, for the Congress party in Andhra or in Telangana, is it essentially your role there to basically make sure that nobody else partners with the BJP and delivers seats from there? Is that really what you're going to try and do, as you're trying to do in other states like West Bengal, perhaps Bihar, perhaps Odisha?
No, right now, Vikram, our first of all, our effort is to consolidate our party and our strength. Number two, I must tell you, there is a feeling among the public the special category status would be delivered only by a national party, and the promises made at the floor of the House and the contents of the AP Reorganization Act will be implemented by a national party. Government at the center, whatever form, either on its own or Congress with other like-minded parties are going to form UPA 3, in my view, in our view. So the people of Andhra Pradesh are saying definitely the Rahul Gandhi should be the Prime Minister at the center.
We know that.
And about the state,
what the people of Andhra Pradesh are going to say, we will find out, no doubt, in 2019. I'm just trying to figure out the political maneuvering of what happens before and after the people of Andhra Pradesh say what they are saying. So you're saying, try and put together a UPA 3, try and put together an alliance. I'm just going to throw that to the other parties. We haven't yet heard from Telangana. I mean, from Mr. Reddy Garu from TRS, from the TRS in Telangana. So TRS, we've heard both the YSRC saying, we've heard the TDP saying, we're going to go it alone. We'll see what happens. What is the TRS thinking of doing? Go it alone, try and talk to other people. What's your stake? The NDA is going to try and lure people. The UPA is going to try and lure people. What will you do?
Vikram, clearly since 2014, the politics in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh have changed significantly. The regional parties have taken over, whether it's TDP or YSRCP or our own party TRS. Now, if either BJP or Congress is saying they're going to go it alone, it is definitely bravado, just looking at the past figures and the present ground reality. Now, as far as I would believe, even if TDP or YSRCP and definitely us, if we are going alone, yes, we can afford to go alone. Can the two national parties afford to go alone in Telangana or Andhra Pradesh? Definitely not. They definitely require a support of local regional parties, and they have to try and put together coalition coalition partners who are understanding enough to accommodate them. So clearly, we do not need any national party as a coalition partner. They may need us.